So hi again, my name is Miss Thea. I think don't worry, you don't have to play video games. You can just do whatever you want, yeah? So anyway, my name is Miss Thea. Today is lesson 1 of our P3 and P4 problem sums mini course. If you're not P3 or P4, you probably should not be here. We have a P5 and P6 class on Friday. I'll talk more about it later. But yes, if you're here, I hope you are P3 or P4, or you are a parent of a P3 or P4 student. That is also fine. Yeah. Okay, so before I start, I should introduce who we are. So we are from Maths Accelerator Center. We are at 1 Marine Parade Central. We are in a building called Parkway Center on the 12th floor. So who are we? We are a Math Specialist Center, and our aim is to help students with borderline grades just on the edge of maybe jumping a grade or maybe even jumping 2 grades, turn around their performance within a short period of time. So our objectives here are to help students who are struggling with math in general, of course, but also specifically with problem sums. We specialize in problem sums. What we do is that we help to improve the understanding and confidence of students with problem sums by demonstrating how they can be solved systematically and hopefully with practice easily. Now, all this is important because very soon we will be going into the term 3 weighted assessment and also the year-end exam. For P4 students, you also have to worry about banding, which means you'll be streamed based on your performance in the exam. Yeah. So depending on how well you do, you'll be in a better class in P5. For P3 students, that's not your immediate concern, but you will have to worry about that at some point. Yeah. Hi, Kiesa. So let's just briefly go through our lesson outline. Yeah. So we are doing 3 strategies today. The first is repeated identity. The second is constant difference with age. And the third is constant difference with measurement. We also have some higher order thinking questions. So there are 2 for each of these categories. Don't worry if you don't know what they mean just yet. We will be going through them very soon. Okay. So just some ground rules for Zoom before we begin. I've muted all of your audio. So if you want to communicate with me, please type in the chat. Only I can see what you type in chat. No one else can see it. So you don't have to worry about, other people seeing what you write, right? So please text me by chat. Also, please do not spam the chat. Do not write too much. Just write exactly how much as you have to write. Please also be considerate because I have to read quite fast if a lot of you message at once. Okay? So please participate. Please answer any questions I ask. If there's anything you don't understand, please ask questions as well. I will answer it as quickly as I can, or at the end of the lesson, I might stay back for a few minutes to help answer the longer questions. So last of all, please listen attentively, write down the solutions so you can check them later. And most importantly, I hope you have fun and you learn something. So let's go through our question paper. Like I said, first of all, what we are doing is repeated identity. So what do you do with repeated identity? First, you want to draw a model. After you draw a model, you want to look for the repeated identity. Then you'll usually have, other than the repeated identity, you'll have some things which you can split into units. So you find the value associated with 1 unit. After that, you solve for the answer. So it's easy for me to say this, but what does it mean, like in terms of an actual question? To demonstrate, let me go through a question now. Here we have question 1. For your papers, if you printed them out or have them in front of you, this might say up here, it might say comparison model. Sorry, that is a typo. What it should say is repeated identity because we are doing repeated identity questions. Yeah. Okay, so let's read the question. First things first, always read the question. One of the main reasons why students get things wrong is because they don't read the question properly. So read it through fully. Here, Danny and Alice have 240 cartoon cards. Alice and Cindy have 320 cartoon cards. If Cindy had thrice as many cards as Danny, how many cards did Alice have? So first, what I like to do is I like to start highlight. Okay, very good, Mabel. If you know how to do it before, that's very good. But for all the people who don't know who haven't done it before, you should probably listen, yeah? So first step, you probably want to highlight. You want to highlight your key terms, your key phrases. This is so that you know how to draw your model. So let's start here. Let's start with our numbers. Your numbers will form the backbone of your model. So let's highlight our numbers first. Here we have Danny and Alice had 240 cartoon cards. So let's highlight 240. Next, it says Alice and Cindy had 320 cartoon cards. So let's highlight 320. Yes, yes, Jai, very good. The answer is 200. For everyone who's still listening, yeah. So highlight 320. Yes, very good. That's correct. So next, you want to highlight your identities. This is called repeated identity. What are our identities? Your identities usually are what your numbers belong to. Here, the identities are people. Your 240 cartoon cards belong to Danny and Alice. Yeah, so this is your first pair of identities. Second, you have Alice and Cindy. This is your second pair of identities. Finally, you want to highlight your relationships. That is, between your identities, does anyone have, how do your identities compare with each other? Here we have only one relationship. The question is if Cindy had thrice as many cards as Danny. So we highlight thrice. Yeah. So now let's start by drawing our model. We have everything we need. Danny and Alice had 240 cartoon cards. Alice and Cindy had 320 cartoon cards. So this first one is Danny and Alice. I will call it D plus E. Second one is Alice plus Cindy. So I will call it E plus C. This here is 240. This here is 320. So this strategy is called repeated identity. Can anyone tell me what the repeated identity is in this question? Oh, yes. Yeah. Marin, yeah, thank you for raising your hand, but you don't have to raise your hand. You can just type it in chat and I will see it. Yeah. I can't unmute any of you because it might be a bit chaotic. Yes, all of you are getting it right. Your repeated identity is Alice, right? Because here it is Danny and Alice, and here it is Alice and Cindy. So your repeated identity is Alice. Alice hasn't magically lost or gained cards in between these two sentences. So that means that Alice continues to have the same number of cards in both models. So let me just draw here. I'll mark out a part here for Alice. You see how it's the same amount in both models? That's because Alice has the same number of cards. Yes, very good. For everyone who is saying Alice in chat. Yes, that is the right answer. Now, here it says Cindy has thrice as many cards as Danny. So this should be thrice as much as this, right? Why? Because here is Danny and Alice. And after you take out Alice, you're just left with Danny, right? Danny. Here is Alice and Cindy. So after you take out Alice, you're just left with Cindy. Now, as you can see, I didn't draw these boxes very well, so I'll try to draw it better. If it should be about 1/3, then I think I can draw it like this, yeah? And then I split this into 3 parts. So based on this model, we can see that Cindy has 3 units and Danny has 1 unit. This is correct because Cindy has thrice as many cards as Danny. Yeah. So yes, Chloe, correct. Very good job. So here, this is 240 and this here is 320. Do you see how if I find the difference between 240 and 320, that will be equal to 2 units here? Remember the third step of repeated identity? After you find the repeated identity, you want to find the value associated with 1 unit. Yes, Mabel, you can use a pen, don't worry. So you want to find the value associated with 1 unit. Here we know that the difference between this top model, Danny and Alice, and this bottom one, Alice and Cindy, this makes 2 units. So let's start by finding the difference between Alice and Cindy and Danny and Alice. Alice and Cindy is 320, right? Danny and Alice is 240. Yeah. Can anyone tell me what this equals to? Yes. Yes, Ellie, you can just type it in chat. You don't have to say me. Okay, you don't know, right? So most of you are writing the correct. Yes, that's the correct answer, Josh, for the whole question. Yes. No, I want you to find the difference between 320 and 240. This difference, if you write it out, or you can't use calculator, right? Because you only P3 and P4. So let's do our manual calculation. 320 minus 240, right? Yes, all of you are getting it correct. Very good. 0 minus 0 is 0. 3 cancel, become 2, so you can make this one 12. 12 minus 4 is 8, right? 12 minus 4 is 8. After that, 2 minus 2 is 0. So your answer here, 320 minus 240. Very good. Yes, you're all getting it right. It is 80. Okay, so we said that these two boxes, these two units, because one box is 1 unit. Oh dear. Oh, Karen. Okay. By the way, if I'm not sounding good or correct, if there's some lag or something, please tell me as well. Yeah. Thanks so much. I'm not quite sure how to fix it, so I think I just have to go on now. Hopefully, it'll fix itself. So yes, one box is 1 unit, right? By doing 320 minus 240, we found the difference. That is these 2 units. That means we can conclude that 2 units is equal to 80. Now we want to find 1 unit, right? So we need to do 80 divided by 2. Can anyone tell me what that is? Yeah, yeah, very good. Oh, you're all getting it right. Oh, that's so good. Oh, not quite 20, is it? Yeah, so it is 80 divided by 2, right? If we do 80 divided by 2, 8 divided by 2 is 4. And then 0 minus 0. So the answer is 40. Yeah. 1 unit is 40. The question asks, how many cards did Alice have? Yeah. So here we have Danny plus Alice is 240, right? Danny has 1 unit. So Danny is just 40. To find Alice, you should do 240 minus 40, right? So if you want to find Alice, it is just 200. Don't worry if you type too late, it's fine. Yeah. 240 minus 40. Can anyone tell me what this equals to? Oh, it's in the typo. Okay, sorry. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, 240 minus 40 is 200. Yeah. So this is the number of cards that Alice has. Alice has 200 cards. Now, we found this answer because 1 unit is equal to 40, right? We did 240 minus 40. Could we have done 320 minus 3 times 40? Yes, we could have. But there's no point in doing that. There's just adding extra steps to our question, right? So, very good, Celestine. Yes, if you can answer the question very well, that's good. That means you are very advanced. Don't worry. Hopefully, we'll have some questions later that can help, that can challenge you. Yeah. Okay. So, very good job, everyone. Most of you answered everything correct. So, I'll just give you around 20 seconds to copy this down. Maybe 30 seconds. 30 seconds to copy this down. And when you're done, we will move on to question 2. Yeah. If whenever you're done, you can just type done in the chat so I'll know. Okay, very good. Seems like a lot of people are done. I'll just give it, let's say, another 5 seconds. If anyone is not done, just text me in chat and I'll see it. And then I will wait a little while longer. Okay, it seems like most people are done. So I'll move on to question 2, which is repeat the identity again. Yeah, write the statement. Okay, yeah, that's good, Isin. Yeah, that saves time as well. You don't have, I mean, in an actual exam setting, you should write the statement. But otherwise, I'm just trying to teach you this first. So I'll just, for the interest of time, I don't have to write the statement, yeah? Okay, so let's go on to question 2. Here, there are 180 blue and green balls in bag A. There are 320 green and red balls in bag B. So again, let's do our highlighting, right? First of all, our numbers. 180, oops, yeah, it's fine. 320. Next up, our identities. That is what the numbers belong to, right? Here it says 180 blue and green balls. So this is our first pair of identities. Next up is our second pair, green and red balls. Finally, our relationships. Given that there are thrice as many red balls as blue balls. Also, it says the number of green balls in both bags remains the same, right? So given that, can anyone tell me what our repeated identity is for this question? Very good. The green balls, right? Here we have green balls and we have green balls. This question says the number of green balls is the same. So let's draw our model like we did earlier. First, let's do bag A. That is 180 blue and green balls. Bag B is 320 green and red balls. So this is blue and green. I'll write it as B plus G. Here is green plus red. So I'll write it as G plus R. So the number of green balls in both bags are the same. So let me just draw it like this, right? So here we have green balls. Here we have green balls. Yeah. And here I split it into 3. Why? Because there are thrice as many red balls, because these are your red balls here, as blue balls. Blue. So the total for blue and green is 180, right? The total for green and red is 320. Yes, we do, right? Why? Because wait, you have to add the green ball in both bags. You have to cut out a section for the green ball in both bags, but don't add them together yet. Because what we are doing here is the same thing as what we did previously. You see the difference between these both of these models is this much, right? So what we did just now was to minus them. So in this case, if we want to find these 2 units, we should minus them again, right? Yes. So we minus them. We do 320 minus 180. Can anyone tell me what this is? Not quite. Yes, okay, so most people get it correct. The answer is 140. If you do the long form subtraction, you should get the same answer as well. Yeah, the answer is 140. So when you look at the diagram, not quite, Saman, that's not, I mean, I appreciate you're going for the final answer, but I'm afraid that's not the right answer. Yeah. Okay, anyway, so this 140 here is 2 boxes, right? 2 units. So we write this statement. If 2 units is 140, 1 unit should equal to? Yes, Chloe, good job. Yeah. If 2 units is 140, you divide 140 by 2, you should get the final answer of 70 for 1 unit, right? So this is our step 3, find 1 unit. Finally, we want to, yes, that's the correct answer, Minaja. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Sarah, you're correct. So here we want to find the total number of green balls. So we know 1 unit is 70. That means this box is 70. If this is 70 and this whole thing is 180, if we want to find green balls, we just do 180 minus 70, right? Mabel, yes, you can do it that way as well. But basically, you can either do 180 minus 70, or you can do this 320 minus 370s, because there are 370s here, right? So you can do that, but this is the faster way, so you don't have to multiply 70 by 3. Yeah? Yes, so you want to get that, yeah, sorry. Oh, that's what you said just now. Yeah, you have to add up the green balls in the end. So here is 180 minus 70, that is 110. You want to find the total number of green balls in both bags, not each bag, it says both. Yeah. So yes, to find one bag it is 110. But if you want to find the total green balls, you have to do 110 times 2. Yeah. Can anyone? Yeah. Okay. A lot of you are already getting the answer. Very good. Anyone who hasn't said it yet, do you want to try saying what 110 times 2 is? Yeah. Yeah. Very good. Yeah, that is the right answer. 110 times 2 is 220. Yeah. Okay, very good. Right, I can speed up a little bit now, but that's fine. I'll just give you all 20 seconds to take this down. If you need more time, just tell me. Otherwise, just copy it down now, yeah? Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, I'm too fast. You can plus also. Yes, you can plus as well if you want. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry if I'm a little bit fast, but yeah, we don't have much time today. Yes. Okay, go ahead. If you need more time, I'll give you a little bit more time. Yeah, I'm sorry. We don't have enough time to go through everything in detail. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know for some people I might be too slow. Some people I might be too fast. But yeah, yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It's a very wide range of students who are used to these questions or they're not used to these questions. So it's very difficult to strike the exactly correct pace. If you want to strike the exactly correct pace, we have some trial lessons later that I'll talk about after we're done with this. Okay. All right. So I'll clear it in 5 more seconds, unless anyone needs more time. And yeah, don't worry. It's okay, Rian. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, clear. So now let's move on to constant difference. So to recap on what we said if constant difference earlier here, constant difference, we first want to identify the constant difference or something which has a constant value. I'm sorry, Vera. But I do have to go a little bit faster because we don't have very much time tonight. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, so anyway, identify the constant difference first or something which has a constant value. But then we draw a model, eliminate the difference, find one unit, and then use that to find the answer. So for age questions, for age type questions, you will always have a constant difference, so long as you are comparing two people, right? I know, Celestine, yeah, there's not much time left. Anyways, so why will there always be a constant difference? Let me give an example. Yes, we do. So let's say Miss Thea, let's say I am 23 years old. Let's say my brother is 18 years old. So the difference between our ages is 23 minus 18, right? Can anyone tell me what that is? Yeah. So our age difference is 5 years. Now let's say in 5 years time, I will be 28 years old, right? And my brother will be 18 plus 5, 23 years old. Can anyone tell me what our age difference will be? Yes, very good. It is still 5 years. So whenever you have an age question and you're comparing two people's ages, it will probably be a constant difference question. That's because there is always a constant difference between two people's ages. Everyone ages at the same rate, right? So if the difference between me and my brother's ages is 5 years, it will always be 5 years. Even when I'm 90 years old, it will still be 5 years. So let's try doing this question now. For this question, Mr. Tan is 40 years old and his son is 30 years younger. So if his son is 30 years younger, can anyone tell me what the age difference is? Yes, very good, Jai. That's the correct answer. Okay, so a lot of you are putting 10, but that is not the correct answer. Why? Because Mr. Tan is 40 years old and his son is not 30 years old. His son is 30 years younger. That means that his son, the difference between Mr. Tan's and Mr. Tan's son's age is 30 years. So that means his son's age must be, oh, yellow, so hard to see. That means his son's age must be 40 minus 30, right? Because, oh yes, his son is 10 years old. Yes, that's very good. Yes. Because this is the age difference, his son should be 10 years old, right? Yeah. So his son is 10 years old. Of course, the thing that's good. But yes, so the thing is that the constant difference is this 30 years because Mr. Tan's son and Mr. Tan and Mr. Tan's son, their age difference is 30 years, right? Yes, Celestine, very good is the correct answer. If the age difference is 30 years, then means that your age difference, your constant difference is 30 years. Now, you see, the question asks how many years ago was Mr. Tan 6 times as old as his son? The question says how many years ago? That means this was in the past. How many years ago was Mr. Tan 6 times as old as his son? Let's draw a model for that. If this is, yes, Manaja, yes, that's the correct answer. Very good. So if this is Mr. Tan's son's age, then Mr. Tan's age must be 6 times of that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So this is the son and this is Mr. Tan. Not quite, Janelle, because remember, this is in the past. This is how many years ago. His son is 10 years old now. Mr. Tan is 40 years old now. But that is not the same in the past, right? The only thing you know that in the past is that the difference was 30 years because the difference is always the same. Yep, Samanya, that's the right answer. Good job. In that case, if the distance is 30 years, if the difference is 30 years, you can find 5 units, right? 5 units is right here. So if 30 years is 5 units, 1 unit will be 30 divided by 5, right? Can anyone tell me what that is? 6. Yes. Yes, you do. Sorry, who's it? Yes, you do, Isin. Because what we're going to do now is, if 1 unit is 6, that means at this point in time, when back in the day, Mr. Tan was 6 times as old as his son was 6 years old, right? Because 1 unit is 6. If his son is 10 years old now, and his son was 6 years old back then how many years ago was it? Remember, Isha, very good. You age 1 year every year, right? So you just do 10 years minus 6 years. That gives you 4 years. So 4 years ago, Mr. Tan was 6 times as old as his son. Yeah. Very good. Again, I'll just give you all. I know, I'm so sorry, Navia. If I'm too fast, I'm slower during some lessons, especially when I get to focus on you particularly, because here we have 40 something people. In my individual classes, I can teach fewer people. So I try to be faster or slower depending on what the students need. So if you come for one of our trial lessons, which I'll talk about later, I will, 57 students. Oh, wow. Okay, that's even more than I thought. So yeah, bad one for my math test. Okay, that's very good, Celestine. But then what you might want to be worried about is you want to make sure you don't slip a band. Yeah. So just make sure you keep doing as well as you're doing, so you can keep being in a good band. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to move on to question 2 now. Oh, I see. Oh, it's a, no, yeah. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. My pronunciation is not very good sometimes. But anyway, yes. Question 2. Mr. Ismail is thrice as old as his son. If you learn English, is present tense. Was is past tense. So this is how old he is right now. Mr. Ismail is thrice as old as his son. Given that he is 24 years older than his son, how many years ago was Ismail 4 times as old as his son? So let's draw a model for right now, right? Mr. Ismail is thrice as old as his son. So like this, yeah. This is Mr. Ismail, this is his son. Mr. Ismail is 24 years older than his son. So his son is not 24 years old. This is their age difference. This here is 24. So the age difference remains constant, right? The question asks how many years ago was Mr. Ismail 4 times as old as his son? If we want to do, yes, very good, Samanyu. Yeah, that's the right answer. But yes, if we want to know how many years ago it was, remember just now we did the present age minus the past age, right? So we should find the present age. So here, the 1 unit, 24 is 2 units, right? No, Celestine, no, that's not the correct answer. As in 1 unit is 12, yes, but that's not the correct overall answer, if that's what you're saying. But I think you're saying 1 unit, right? Yeah, oh, don't worry, Samanya. Yeah, it's fine. If you can't do model, that's also fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. So 24, 2 units is 24, right? So 1 unit is 12. Yes, Isha, very good. 24 divided by 3. Not divide by 3 because this 24 here, you can see by this model, it is 2. Yeah, so you divide it by 2. So 1 unit is 12. That means right now, Mr. Ismail's son is 12 years old. So this is right now. I'll write present. Yeah, present. Yeah, his son is 12 years old. Very good. So let's look at the past. In the past, Mr. Ismail was 4 times as old as his son, right? So let's draw another model. but this time, yes, Karen, very good. He is, okay. No, Celestine, sorry, that's not correct, no. Right, sorry. So this is the past. In the past, Mr. Ismail was 4 times as old as his son. However, the age difference is still the same. The age difference is still 24, right? 24 years. So this unit is different from the units you were doing just now. These units are different. So I'll draw a line here. These units here are different. No, not 12 divided by, sorry, not 12 multiplied by 4 because these units are different. Remember, this is how old the sun is currently, right? How old he is in the present. In the past, the sun would have been younger. So the unit would be different. Yes, Isha, very good. So here, instead of 2 units equals 24, yep, that very good. Here, instead of 2 units equals 24, it is 3 units equals 24. Yeah, Mabel. So 1 unit is 24 divided by 3, which is 8. So 1 unit is 8. That means the sun was 8 years old, right? Back in the day. If the sun is 12 years old now and was 8 years old previously, how much time has passed? 12 minus 8, right? And that should equal to? Very good. 4 years ago. Yeah. So the most difficult part for this question is, well, I mean, there are a lot of difficult parts of the question, but one of the things that is key for this question that you really shouldn't mess up on is here, these 2 units here. This unit is different from this unit because we are doing it in two separate parts. Yeah. Yeah. So of course, we didn't have to do it this way. If you wanted to, you could do 12 times 3 minus 8 times 4. If you wanted to find you kept 4 units for Mr. Ismail. Yes, that's because this is in the past, right? In the past, Mr. Ismail was 4 times as old as his son. In the present, he is only 3 times as old as his son. That's why there are 4 units here for the past. So yes, if you wanted to, you could do 12 times 3 minus 8 times 4, but that's just complicating matters unnecessarily. You don't need to do that. You can just find the difference in the son's age. Then you don't need to multiply things. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yes, the answer for both questions is 4 years. That's just coincidence. Not every single age question answers 4 years, obviously. But yes. Yeah, 4. Yeah, for the model, I wrote 3. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I don't worry. You can copy down now. I'm not going ahead yet. Yeah, but for the model, you wrote 3 units. Yes. Yeah, go ahead, Darren. Don't worry. I'm not moving forward yet. Yes. So, Navia, about what you said, yes, I wrote 3 units. Why? Because this 24 here, the difference is 3 units. Yeah, the answer is 4 years. Do you need to highlight anything? Yes, you should be highlighting things. I don't usually, I'm not highlighting things because I'm in a bit of a rush, yeah? But first you highlight your numbers. Then you highlight your identities, Mr. Ismail and his son. Then you highlight your relationships. Here you have thrice as old as his son now. And yes, sorry, the underline is the highlight, yeah. Yeah, but a highlight, I mean underline. Or highlight if you have a highlighter. Then you highlight your relationships 4 times. So here he was thrice as old as his son. Sorry, Judge. I'm so sorry. I can't slow down that much because we are a bit short on time. Yeah. But yes. So what do you want to highlight? You want to highlight your numbers, your identities, that is your people, or if you have balls, then it'll be highlight your balls, right? So here it is Mr. Ismail is your identity and his son. These are your 2 identities. Then after that, you want your relationship between the identities. That is your thrice here and 4 times. How many times as old as his son was Mr. Ismail? How many times as old as his son is he now? And how many times as old as his son was he in the past? Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, which is constant difference. Not any age questions. You only apply this method when there's a difference in age. Yeah. Oh, to highlight an age. Yeah, generally you want to highlight not just for age questions, but for any questions. These are the 3 key things you want to highlight: your numbers, your identities, and your relationships between your identities. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on to question 3, which is again constant difference, but this time is for measurement. When it comes to measurement constant difference questions, what you want to be on the lookout for is a constant item or a constant object. Here, the crate of oranges weighs 6,300 grams. When it is 1/3 full, its mass is 2,300 grams. So why only for difference we use this model in constant difference? There's a model drawn on the paper. They drew a model for you? Okay, so there should not be a model there already, okay? So if there's a model there, very good, you can see it. But in any case, I think I should go through this first, yeah? So here, the difference, you can already see on your model, so it's not 300. Yes, it's 300 grams, very good. So you can see here the constant object here is your crate. Yeah, there's also a model for question 4. Okay, well, just a bit of admin hiccups, that's fine. You don't have to look at the model yet, you can just look at me and see how I explain it, yeah? So the crate of orange, why is this yellow? The crate of oranges, when it is full, weighs 6,300 grams. When it is 1/3 full, it weighs 2,300 grams. Yeah. Not quite, Samanyu. I think you might have made a mistake somewhere. Okay, so, oh, I see what you did. Yes. Okay, so when it is 1/3 full, its mass is 2,300 kg. If you times 2,300 kg by 3, you will not get 6,300. Why? Because, no, not quite, Celestine. You will not get 6,300 because this 1/3 full is 1/3 of oranges plus the crate, right? No, it's not. That's not the right answer. Sorry, Jordan, that's not the right answer either. Yeah. Sorry. If you times it by 3, yes, you will get 6,900. You can see that that is not 6,300 because there is a crate. We haven't accounted for the crate. Yeah. So the crate has a mass as well. After that, you have here, if you have 1/3, this will be 2,300 grams, right? No, Samanyu, your answer is not correct. That's because you multiplied 2,300 by 2, I think. No, not quite, Jai. Yeah, not quite. So you see, right? If the crate plus 1 unit here is 2,300 and the crate plus 3 units is 6,300 grams. Sorry. Oh, you're all saying that, yeah, okay. So you're saying the difference between the two, right? This 6,300 grams is the whole thing. This 2,300 grams is the crate plus 1 box. So we want to find the difference, which is 2 boxes or 2 units. You do 6,300 grams minus 2,300 grams. As a lot of you are saying, yes, this will give you 4,000 grams. So this 4,000 grams is 2 units. If 2 units is 4,000 grams, you're not quite. That's the right answer, yes. If 2 units is 4,000 grams, 1 unit is 2,000 grams. So each of these units here is 2,000. Yeah. So now you want to find the crate. The crate plus 1 unit is 2,300, right? And 1 unit is 2,000. So to find the crate, you do 2,300 grams minus 2,000 grams. I'm sorry, yeah, okay, yes. Which is 300 grams, yes. So let me recap what we did for this question. Everyone else can copy while I'm recapping, yeah? So first of all, what I did was that I found the full crate, which is, the crate has a mass as well, right? So the crate plus 3 units of oranges. That's to represent whether it is full or 3/3 full. That's why there are 3 units. Then I labeled the crate plus 1 unit 2,300 grams because at this point it was 1/3 full. If being completely full is 3 units, then 1/3 is 1 unit, right? So crate plus 1 unit is 2,300 grams. Crate plus 3 units is 6,300 grams. So I found the difference between 6,300 and 2,300, and that gave us 4,000 grams, which is 2 units. Then I found the value of 1 unit, and from there I deduced the value of the crate. Yeah. Okay. I'll just give you all maybe 20 seconds to copy, and then I'll move on to question 4. yeah, very good. Yeah, all right, let's move on to question 4, yeah? Yes, very good. Oh, sorry, Isha, but yeah. Well, what can you do? Anyway, Saman, you're very good. That's the right answer. So again, I will draw the model for you because, well, it shouldn't be there, right? So here, the jug of milk weighs 1,400. Yes, yes, Manaja, that's the right answer. So a jug of milk weighs 1,400 grams. When it is 1/4 full, its mass is 1,250 grams. So again, when you have this kind of thing, you see the constant object. The constant object is the jug. And the jug has a weight as well. It's not just magically weightless. It has a weight of its own. So let's draw the model like we did just now. Let's say this is the jug, right? This part is the jug. Here it says 1/4. So let's split this into 4 parts this time. That's the value of 1 unit. Yes, very good. Anyway, so this whole thing is 1,400 grams, right? Not quite. No, it's not 1,175. I presume you mean the answer. Yeah, that's not correct. Don't worry, we'll get there soon, yeah? So this whole thing here, this is 1,400 grams. That is the jug plus the 4 boxes or 4 units. The jug plus 1 unit because just now we said 1/4 full, right? Oh, sorry, Janelle. Yeah, I know I don't write very clearly. So yeah, this is the jug. So this part, which is the jug plus 1 unit, this is 1,250, right? So the difference between these two will be, that's the answer for 1 unit. Yes, Josh. Yeah. So the difference between these two will be 3 units, right? So let's do 1,400 minus 1,250. This gives us, as a lot of you have already typed, 150 grams. So 3 boxes is 150 grams. 3 units, sorry. 3 units is 150 grams. Yes, Adrian, very good. That means 1 unit should be 150 divided by 3, right? Yes, Jai, very good. 3 units, 150. 1 unit should be? Very good. 1 unit is 50 grams. Yes, Jai, sorry, that's the correct answer. 1 unit is 50 grams. If 1 unit is 50 grams, we knew that the jug plus 1 unit is 1,250, right? So to find the jug, we just do 1,250 minus 50 grams. And that will give us 1,200 grams. That's the answer for question 4. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yeah, that's the, yeah. Very good, guys. Yeah, so that's the answer for question 4. I'll leave this up here for 20 seconds so that we have to move on. Sorry, I have to move a little bit faster now because we are a bit short on time. So for those of you who can't understand, I'm so sorry. But if you come for a trial lesson, I will try to move slower for you, which should be easier without 59 people listening. Wow, that's a lot of people. Okay. All right. So I will move on now to our higher order questions. Yeah. In 3, 2, 1, and clear. Okay. Now let's move on to our higher order questions. I know to get the recording. Yeah, but these are higher order questions. They are longer questions. Don't worry, Isha. I will send you the where to get the recordings later. Okay. Yeah. So here, higher order questions. A library has a total of 5,670 books. The number of English books is twice as many as Chinese books and 4 times as many as Malay books. So if I were to highlight here, what I would do is, okay, your total number of books, your number. Here, your identity, you have library. That's not really, oh, not library, sorry. What you have is your different language of books. Yeah, go to the toilet if you need to. E is, you're close, Chloe, but you're missing 0 somewhere. Yeah. So your identities are English books, Chinese books, and Malay books. Then you have your relationships. Twice as many English books as Chinese books and 4 times as many English books as Malay books. So let me just draw a model for your part 8. Let's say your Malay books is, I'll draw Malay books first because it's the smallest quantity, right? So these are your Malay books. Compared to your English books, Malay books is 1/4, right? Because there are 4 times as many English books as Malay books. I'm sorry, Navia, I'm so sorry, but I have to move a little bit faster. Can I pull down my screen a bit? Oh, I see, okay, sure, yeah. Okay, so after this, it says that the number of English books is twice as many as Chinese books. Here there are 4 units of English books, right? So you should have 2 units of Chinese books. We know that this whole thing adds up to 5,670, right? Because there are a total of 5,670 books. So we can count the number of units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this means that 7 units is equal to 5,670. I won't force you to do this calculation now. I know it can be a bit tedious. But to find 1 unit, you divide by 7, right? That should give you 810. Yes, Adele, very good. 810. So 1 unit, one of these boxes is 810. Very good, you're all getting it. So the question says, how many more Chinese books than Malay books are there in the library? Chinese books is 2 units, right? Malay books is 1 unit. So the difference is 1 unit. In that case, you already have the value of 1 unit. It is just 810, right? So your part A answer is 810 books. Yeah, very good. So for your part B, how many English books are there in the library? If 1 unit is 810 books, yes, very good. If 1 unit is 810 books, 4 units is 810 times 4, right? What are the bleach stuff for 22? Oh, sorry, this was me highlighting things just now. You don't have to worry too much about it now because I've moved forward a bit. But remember, if you want to highlight, you should always highlight your numbers and your relationships and your identities. Yeah. Yes, very good. Your English books is 4 units. That is 810 times 4, which gives us, like many of you have said, 3,240. Yeah. So that's your answer for part B, 3,240 English books. Okay, right. Yeah, 3,240. Very good, everyone. Right, we seem to have a little bit extra time. I mean, we still have one more question, but we have a little bit more time. So, yeah, good, easy. I'll give you all, let's say 20 seconds to copy this down. And when you're done, I'll move on to question 2, higher order question 2. Yeah. Okay. So I hope you all are done. Very good for everyone who gave me the right answer and for every step along the way. Yeah, very good. Okay. So now I'll move on to question 2. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Good job, guys. Question 2. Wong Lin bought twice as many cupcakes as muffins from a shop. Each cupcake costs $3 and each muffin costs $2. Yeah, right? If you do it correctly, everything is a little bit easy. So each cupcake costs $3, each muffin costs $2. If she, meaning Wong Lin, spent a total of $640, how many cupcakes did she buy? So let's highlight our things again. First, our numbers, right? Then our identities. Each cupcake costs $3 and each muffin costs $2. Finally, our relationships. Wong Lin bought twice as many cupcakes as muffins from a shop. Yeah. So however we don't know how many cupcakes and muffins Wong Lin bought, but we do know that she bought twice as many cupcakes as muffins. So for this question, this is what is called a set question or a group question. What is the minimum number of cupcakes and muffins Wong Lin could have bought? It would be 1 cupcake. Sorry, why is this yellow? Bought twice as many cupcakes as muffins, right? So 2 cupcakes and 1 muffin. This is the minimum number of things that Wong Lin could have bought. So whatever the actual number of cupcakes and muffins that Wong Lin bought, it must be some multiple of this, like this times 12, for instance, or this times 15. So to find that out, we have two clues. First, we know that Wong Lin spent a total of $640. Second, we know that each cupcake costs, yes, go ahead, Mabel. We know that, yes, I know it looks like a face, but it's not a face, right? It's a set, it's a group. Yeah, so this drawing is the minimum number of cupcakes and muffins that Wong Lin could have bought. That is 2 cupcakes, 1 muffin, because Wong Lin bought twice as many cupcakes as muffins, right? So the minimum she could have bought is 2 cupcakes and 1 muffin. So this is what you call one set, or you call it one group. Not quite Navya. No, that's not the right answer. But don't worry, will be. You don't. Oh, sorry, not Navya. Who said that? No, Jai. Yeah, sorry, Jai. That's not the right answer. Navya, you don't have to draw it, but this helps you visualize it, right? And visualizing is very important. So no, not quite. That very good. Samanyu, not quite. It's not the right answer, but don't worry, we'll get to it soon. Yeah. You are doing the right steps though, in the sense that first you want to find how much one set costs. You find one set by adding the cost of 2 cupcakes and 1 muffin. This gives you $8. Divide by 2. Eventually you want to divide by 2. Because I drew it. Yeah, if you draw it, that's fine. Yeah, it helps you visualize. So if you need to visualize, Royce Adele, very good. That's the right answer. Yeah. So the value of one set is $8. We know that Wong Lin spent $640. So the number of sets she bought is just $640. Yes, I know it does. Divided by $8, right? Yes, very good. Yes, Aiden, that's right. Yes, Jadal, good. Yeah, Jai, that's correct. If we do this, it works out to, if we do this, it works out to, not dollar sign, 80. So this is 80 sets. The question asks, how many cupcakes did Wong Lin buy? In one set, you have 2 cupcakes, right? I see. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So one set, you have 2 cupcakes. You have 80 sets. To find the number of cupcakes, you just do 80 times 2, right? Can anyone tell me what this is? Yeah. And I know a lot of you answered already just now. The answer here is 160. Yeah. 80 times 2 is 160. So this is the answer to your question. Wong Lin bought 160 cupcakes. Yeah. Okay, very good. This is the last question for today. Thank you all for being here, but I'm not quite done yet. I have a little bit more to go through about further steps and future lessons and stuff. So I'll just give you around 30 seconds to copy this down, and then I will move on to our last part. Yeah. Okay. Yes, of course. If you want to ask me a question, yeah, okay. Don't worry, I'll give you time to ask questions later. Okay. Okay, very good. 30 seconds is up, so I'm afraid I have to. Yes, don't worry about it, Mabel. Yes, so I'm afraid I have to move on now. I will clear this, and I will go on to the last part of today's lesson. Okay. So to recap, we had 4 strategies, right? We had 3 strategies and a few higher order questions. The first strategy was repeat the identity. The second was constant difference for age. The third was constant difference for measurement. And the fourth is our higher order questions. So which one do you think was the most challenging? If you think it's strategy 1, you can put 1. Strategy 2, you can put 2, 3, and 4, and so on. Yeah. So I've seen a few people put none. That's very good. That means you are quite advanced already, right? Yeah. So I see a few of you put 1 as well. Yes, repeat identity can be sometimes difficult. You want to make sure you identify what identity is repeated. Yeah. For a lot of you put higher order questions, which is, higher order questions are the more difficult ones. They are the higher order questions. Don't worry. If you come to our trial lessons, you'll probably see more difficult questions as well, and we'll try to teach you how to solve them. Okay. Right. So moving on. As you know, as I said just now, we have upcoming assessments, right? you will have your weighted assessments in this term 3, and then you have your end of year in October. You also, for P4 students, you also have your banding, your streaming. So you will be moved into different bands. P3 students should be able to do this, yes, but P4 students should also be able to do this. Yeah, there are a lot of these are difficult if you don't have some prior experience. So anyway, yes, there's a lot of stuff that we need to worry about moving forward. So what can you do? Well, like I said earlier, we have complimentary trial lessons you can come to. These are completely free. This is like this mini course, except instead of having 56 students in the classroom, you will have, this is tuition. The other complimentary trial lessons are for tuition. Instead of having 56 students in the class, you will have maybe 5, at most 10 students in every class. So I'll be able to tailor my speed a lot more carefully to each of your individual level of ability, right? So what are our trial lessons for? Of course, they should be trying to teach you, but more than that, they want to assess your level of readiness, what things you are good at, what things you are bad at, your strengths and weaknesses. We also want to teach you an easier and more effective method for dealing with key mathematics concepts, which is we call the SCORE method. This helps to improve students with borderline grades. Finally, we will craft a step-by-step action plan to help you or your child, if you're a parent, to improve step by step and achieve your goals. Now, if you want to access the trial lesson, here we have our the link to our website. Yes, it's free. We have the link to our website here. I just typed it in. Oh, I just typed it the Jive privately by accident. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to type it to everyone. Here, can you zoom in the upcoming? I can't zoom with you in the exam, but I can be here to teach you in trial lessons, right? So for the trial lessons, you want to go to our website. I sent you all the link. You should see it here whenever it loads. Anytime now. Okay, well, while it's loading, here basically you should see these tabs for our lessons. You will see, yeah, there we go. You will see these tabs. If you want to register for a free trial, just click on the free trial button, or the tab rather up here. Once you click on the free trial tab, you will end up here, free trial lesson. I know, sorry. Yeah, I'll try to hurry up. If you want to register for a free trial, just type in the parent name. The link is here, don't worry. You can just press the link to here, right? So you just fill in these fields: name, email, mobile number, the child's level, P5 or P6, your preferred day, what day you would like to come down, and preferred time, what time you would like to come down. Also, please check whether you would like to come here on site or you like to have a Zoom lesson instead. On-site lessons are better for students who are more, they are struggling a little bit more. Online is perfectly fine, but it requires you or your child to be more motivated and ideally probably performing better. Yeah. So once you fill in all these things and press submit, you will, yes, sorry, you have to ask your parents to do this, Mabel. Yeah. So once your parent fills in all of this and presses submit, our admin team will get back to you within 1 working day with what lessons and what slots we can put you or your child in. Yeah. Other than that, we also have for those of you who have P5 or P6 friends, or those parents who have P5 or P6 students, we have a mini course for P5 and P6 as well. That's on Friday at 8 p.m. That is this Friday and every Friday for, I think, the next 3 weeks or so. So here's the link. Why do I keep sending this privately to people? This is the link. You can click on it and it will direct you to where you can sign up for the mini course. Yeah. Okay, I'm so sorry if I end 1 minute late, but thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at mathsacceleratorcenter@gmail.com or message us at WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp here. The number's on the screen. For more information on our programs, you can just go to our website. I think I sent the link earlier. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Those are the links, Camilla. Thank you. So thank you all for joining me. If you have any questions, I'm staying back for about 5 minutes. And I'll try to answer your questions. But if you have really long questions, it might be better for you to come for a trial lesson.